Hello, and welcome to A VO's Journey. My name is Anthony Pica. This show is all about helping the new and upcoming voiceover artists grow their business and sidestep all the crazy things that I seem to step on. Happy 5th of July. I hope you had a great 4th of July weekend. It's wonderful to be here, and I'm excited about today's topic because we're going to be talking about how to perform the narrator role in an audiobook. I don't think this is talked about a lot, and we kind of dive into characters within audiobooks if it's fiction and the different ways you can bring nonfiction to life. But oftentimes we don't talk about the narration itself, right? The narrator, because there's usually whatever point of view the narrator or the voice of the author sometimes or the specific narrator themselves, whether it's a character or not. But the idea is how do we perform the narrator, okay, throughout the whole book? That's an important thing, and I think the really great voice actors who are amazing audiobook narrators do a very good job at this. So we're going to talk about that. Before we dive in, please take a moment to hit the like button, subscribe. We hit 5,000 subs. Thank you guys so much. I'm super excited about that. Wonderful, wonderful thing, and it's all because of you guys. I really appreciate it, and we're on to 6,000 next. So thank you so much, and really appreciate that. Also, I am almost done. I'm almost done with the how to make money with audiobooks, narrating audiobooks. So I'm almost done with that course. It's going to be great. When I do finish, I'll be telling everybody and putting links out. But if you're looking to grow your voiceover business, you can always head over to avosjourney.com or check out the links below. Okay, so let's dive into this topic about the narrator itself. Well, that's the first thing to say, right? Is that we need to approach narration, the narrator's role, as its own character. Okay, so the important thing first is to look at the book, all right? Whether you read it, skim through it, read, what the book is about, read the back copy, whatever. We need to make a decision about the narrator, who they are, what they want, what's the whole point, what is the author's intention for that narrator. Okay, because that narrator is a character. In essence, it's the biggest character in the book. So we have to approach it from the standpoint of us not just reading, but that narrator is going to have its own traits, its own ways of talking, its own ways of delivering the ideas, the messages, the situations. Okay, so because of that, we have to, focus on what that is going to look like. Now, our job is not to tell the reader, all right, what they should be feeling by, let me rephrase. Our job is to, as a narrator, or as an an audiobook narrator, period, right, is to, let the listener decide about how they feel about a situation, okay, by relaying the information without reacting to it. See, so unless that character itself, it calls upon it. So, first and foremost, you need to decide how that character itself is going to act so that character is acting in character as the narrator. Because we're just talking about a narrator, not the other characters of the book, the narrator. Okay, so that you as a person or an audiobook narrator that's separated from the characters in the book, okay, are not just reacting to, like if it's an evil criminal, you're not reacting to the fact that they're doing something evil, okay, and showing those real reactions. You are more acting from the standpoint of the character and how the character is looking at this, and even if the narrating, so let's say an example, maybe the character who's the narrator is a non-partial observation, and the idea that character is a non-partial observation about, these, a serial murderer, okay, serial killer, right? And your job then is to share a non-partial delivery of these horrific events, not to react to those events, like showing your own emotional bias towards those events, right? That's the character. So staying on that character is vital to the book and to the listener being able to make their own decisions about their own feelings. So we're not artificially guiding them down one path. And a lot of times authors do a great job of writing that way so that it becomes even more scary or even more evil, right? Approaching certain situations in different ways as the narrator. So, I wanted to give you an idea of really thinking about when you go to narrate an audiobook and you're looking at the character of the narrator. I think most of the times we don't think of that character, all right? We don't, think about who is it that's actually narrating the book. Is it the voice of the author? Is it the voice of a character, is it a first person account from the character who is the main character in the piece? Okay. And in what context is that character telling the story? Are they telling the story from a flashback? Are they telling the story in real time as they're living it? You know what I mean? If they're telling the story in flashback, that character is going to come across more in the sense of, I'm telling you this story. I'm not reacting to it as if it just happened randomly and I didn't realize it because this is real time. You see what I mean? So, and then also, is the book a farce? Is it a mystery? All right. Is it, a nonfiction third person, unbiased look at the universe? You got to, or is it a biased look? From the author's perspective that they're very opinionated about something. All of these ideas of who the narrator's character is going to be, you as an actor or performer needs to make that a clear acting decision about how you are going to approach the character of the narrator. Okay, and then all the other characters are going to have their own characteristics too, but that character as the narrator is vital to the whole book, right? And a lot of times, even if it's third person or that you're narrating a story where it's just like the voice of God or, the voice of an observation, that still person's going to have a character. You know what I mean? And what point of view are you observing? In which case you, all right, as the performer has to come up with what that character is going to be like. You know what I mean? Like if you think of certain books, right? Like I was just thinking of Harry Potter, right? The narration of Harry Potter. Okay. I mean, I think in the audiobook world, that narration is, just like a shining beacon. But, if you think about the narration in that, right, that narration is from, almost the idea of the author telling the story, not necessarily from one point of one character, like Harry or Dumbledore or something like that, right? It's from the telling of the story as if, J.K. Rowling was telling that story. Okay, so that character itself, though, needs to be a certain way because it could easily be biased towards one way or the other. So the telling of that story in a manner in which it's very matter of fact gives you the ability to make up your mind about how you follow the story. So I think a lot of times we probably don't think that far into what the narrator should sound like. And I just wanted to make this video today to give you a chance to step back and think, well, maybe how should I approach the character of the narrator? Okay. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate that. Put some comments below, of your thoughts about, picking a character or characteristic for the narrator, what experiences you've had. I'd love to open up more conversation about this, as well as hit that like and subscribe button. And I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Happy July 5th. I'll talk to you later, everybody. Bye-bye.